What's something people don't know about their spiritual journey? It's uniquely theirs. Let's uncover it together. Here at Faith Explorers Hub, we dive deep into the mysteries of faith and spirituality. Whether you're searching for answers, looking for inspiration, or just need a moment of peace, you've come to the right place. Our videos guide you through the journey of connecting with the divine, one step at a time. From ancient wisdom to modern practices, we explore it all, together. So if you're ready to embark on this journey with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with our latest videos. Remember, your spiritual path is uniquely yours. Let's explore it together, right here at Faith Explorers Hub. Join us, and let's find your spiritual enlightenment, one step at a time.
In the beginning, they were simply known as followers of the way. This was before the term Christian became common. These early believers followed Jesus. They sought to live like him. This period shortly after Jesus' resurrection was a time of discovery and growth. The followers were figuring out what it meant to follow Jesus. They faced persecution. They found strength in their shared faith. The book of Acts in the Bible gives us glimpses into their lives. It tells of their gatherings, their teachings, and their challenges. They faced opposition from religious leaders. They faced persecution from Roman authorities, yet their faith continued to spread. Their message was simple. Jesus was the Messiah. He died for the sins of humanity. He rose again. This message resonated with people from all walks of life. The followers lived out their faith boldly. Their way of life was attractive to many. In the Gospel of John, Jesus makes a profound statement, "I am the way and the truth and the life." This declaration is one of the most significant and impactful statements in the entire New Testament. "No one comes to the Father except through me." These words emphasize the exclusivity of Jesus' role in the spiritual journey towards God. These words are central to understanding why his followers were called followers of the way. The term, the way, signifies a distinct path, a unique journey that Jesus' followers embarked upon. Jesus was not presenting himself as just a path to God. He was declaring himself to be the only path. This declaration was radical and transformative. It challenged the established religious norms and traditions that had been in place for centuries. It set Jesus apart from all other religious teachers and prophets. His claim was unique and unprecedented. He was not simply pointing the way to God, he was claiming to be the way itself. This was a bold and definitive statement. This concept was difficult for some to accept. It was a revolutionary idea that went against the grain of traditional beliefs. It led to conflict with the religious leaders of the time. They saw Jesus' claims as a direct threat to their authority and teachings. However, for those who believed, it was a truth that brought hope and freedom. It offered a new way of understanding their relationship with God. It meant that access to God was not through rituals or laws, but through a personal relationship with Jesus. This personal connection was transformative and life-changing for many. Being a follower of the way was not just about intellectual assent to Jesus' teachings. It was about embracing a whole new way of life. It was a call to action, a transformation of the heart, and a commitment to living differently. This way was characterized by love, forgiveness, and service to others. Followers of the way were known for their radical love. They cared for the poor and the sick. They challenged injustice. They lived out their faith in tangible ways. Their actions spoke volumes about their commitment to Jesus. This commitment often came at a cost. Persecution was a reality for many early believers. They faced imprisonment, torture, and even death for their faith. Yet they remained steadfast, finding strength in their community and in their relationship with Jesus. The concept of the way wasn't entirely new with Jesus. The Old Testament uses the term way to describe righteous living. For instance, Psalm 119 speaks of the blessedness of those whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of the Lord. The prophets also used the term way to describe how God desired his people to live. They called for a return to God's ways, a life of justice and righteousness. Jesus, in calling himself the Way, was fulfilling this Old Testament imagery. He was the embodiment of God's way of life, living it out perfectly and making it accessible to all. This connection to the Old Testament would have resonated with the early Jewish believers. They would have understood that following Jesus was not a departure from their faith, but a fulfillment of it. Jesus was the culmination of God's plan for his people. A new name emerges, the rise of Christian. The term Christian appears to have originated in Antioch, as recorded in Acts chapter 11, verse 26. This name, meaning belonging to Christ, became the more common designation for followers of Jesus. The transition from followers of the Way to Christians was gradual. It reflects a developing understanding of the faith. The term Christian emphasized the centrality of Jesus Christ. It pointed to him as the source of their identity and the object of their worship. It also served as a way to distinguish them from other Jewish sects. The adoption of this new name coincided with the geographical spread of the early church. The message of Jesus was no longer confined to Jerusalem, it was spreading throughout the Roman Empire. This expansion necessitated a more universally understood term. The Way and the name, understanding the transition. The transition from followers of the Way to Christians wasn't a complete shift. It was an evolution that retained the core essence of what it meant to follow Jesus. The name Christian encapsulated the identity of the believers. The term the Way described their journey of faith. Being a Christian meant more than just bearing a name. It meant embracing the way of Jesus. It meant living a life of love, service, and sacrifice. It meant following in his footsteps and embodying his teachings. This understanding is crucial for us today. We can sometimes get caught up in labels and denominations. We can forget the essential truth that being a Christian is about following the way of Jesus. It's about the transformation of our hearts and our commitment to living differently. The Way for today, a timeless call for modern believers. The concept of the Way is as relevant today as it was in the first century. The teachings and principles that guided early Christians continue to offer profound wisdom and direction for our lives today. In a world often characterized by self-interest and consumerism, the Way of Jesus offers a radical alternative. It challenges us to look beyond our own desires and to see the needs of others, to live with a sense of purpose that transcends material wealth. It calls us to live counter-culturally, to prioritize love over self and to be agents of hope and healing in a broken world. This means engaging in acts of kindness, serving our communities and being a source of light in times of darkness. This call to follow the Way is not always easy. It demands a deep commitment and a willingness to go against the grain of societal norms. It requires courage to stand up for what is right, to challenge injustice, and to extend grace and forgiveness even when it's difficult. This courage is rooted in a faith that believes in the transformative power of love and justice, but it is in this courageous living that we truly experience the fullness of life that Jesus promised. It is through these actions that we find true joy and fulfillment, knowing that we are part of something greater than ourselves. The world needs followers of the Way now more than ever. In times of division and uncertainty, the message of love, unity, and hope is desperately needed. We need people who will live out their faith authentically, who will be beacons of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. This authenticity inspires others and brings about real change. We need people who will embody the love of Christ in all they do. Through their actions, they can make a profound impact, spreading compassion and kindness in every corner of the world. Walking the Way, embracing the challenge. Walking the Way is a lifelong journey. It's about constantly seeking to align our lives with the teachings of Jesus. It's about allowing His Spirit to transform us from the inside out. It's about becoming more like Him every day. This journey is not always easy. There will be challenges and setbacks. We will stumble and fall. But the good news is that we don't walk this path alone. We have the Holy Spirit to guide us. We have the community of believers to support us. The key is to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. When we focus on Him, when we allow His love to fill us and guide us, we will find the strength to keep walking the way even when the path is difficult. The transforming power of the way, living a life of impact. The beauty of the way is that it's not just about personal transformation, it's about a collective journey that extends beyond ourselves. It's about impacting the world around us in meaningful and lasting ways. As we follow Jesus, as we allow his love to flow through us, we become agents of change in our families, our communities, and our world. This transformation is not just internal, but radiates outward, touching lives and inspiring others. When we live out the way of Jesus, we demonstrate to the world what true love looks like. This love is active, not passive, and it calls us to serve and uplift those around us. We show them that there is a better way to live, a way that is characterized by compassion, forgiveness, and hope. These values are not just ideals, but practical ways of living that can transform societies. We become living examples of God's transforming power. Our actions speak louder than words, and through them we can inspire change. This is the legacy that the early followers of the way left for us. They showed us that faith is not just a belief, but a way of life. They didn't just talk about Jesus, they lived him. Their lives were a testament to the power of love and service. They allowed his love to transform them and to flow through them, impacting the world around them. Their actions created ripples of change that we still feel today. We are called to do the same, to live lives of impact, to be the hands and feet of Jesus in a world that desperately needs his love and grace. Conclusion, an invitation to journey. The term followers of the way may seem like a relic of the past, but it holds a powerful message for us today. It reminds us that being a Christian is not about adhering to a set of rules or doctrines. It's about embracing a way of life, a journey of transformation that begins with Jesus and extends outward to impact the world around us. This is an invitation to journey, to walk in the footsteps of Jesus and to discover the fullness of life that he promised. It's a call to live counterculturally, to love radically, and to be agents of hope and healing in a broken world. Will you answer the call? Will you choose to walk the way? Thank you so much for joining us on Faith Explorer Hub today. If this video encouraged you, don't forget to like, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to the channel for more faith-building content. And if you want to dive deeper into topics like this, be sure to visit our website at faithexplorershub.in for more resources, articles, and ways to grow in your faith. Thanks again for being part of this journey, and we look forward to exploring more with you. God bless, and we'll see you in the next video.